Good evening. This is CTV News for Wednesday, June 12th. I'm Danielle Irby.
And I'm Byron Scott. Tonight, the outgoing mayor of Upper Marlboro talks about her resignation. Mayor Tonga Turner, the town's first African-American mayor, resigned suddenly after 2 years. Mayor Tonga's last day will be June 21st. She made the announcement during a town hall meeting earlier this week. She leaves the office amid claims of racial harassment, which includes having a car vandalized. While the mayor says she's been harassed this afternoon, she said that's not why she's leaving.
My decision was made based on me wanting to spend more time with my two small children, both under the age of 10, period. Do we have issues related to race here in the town of Upper Marlboro? Yes, absolutely. But do those issues fare differently, or are they any different than issues faced across municipalities and cities across the United States? Absolutely not.
Also resigning as the president of the Board of Commissioners, Turner says her goal of having the NAACP at the town hall meeting was to highlight the different resources this organization can bring when having conversations about racism.
And for reaction to this story, we turn to Bob Ross. He's the head of the Prince George's County NAACP. Mr. Ross, thank you for joining us. You know, what gives here?
Well, Monday night, we were invited to a town hall meeting. My first vice president, Jody Wally, attended, Elizabeth Johnson and Ernest Gooden, our legal redress chair. We just thought it was a regular meeting, and when she brought up the alleged allegations or racism in town, we were caught totally by surprise. Then the sudden resignation threw us off. The following day, we rushed out to her and we wanted to contact the press, the spokesperson for the Upper Marlboro Township, who then in fact told us about the family spending more time with the children. She's right, in some respects there are problems of racism, but we can't say it's through the whole county. This particular incident or alleged incident occurred in Upper Marlboro, and we need to look at Upper Marlboro, in fact investigate. So at this point, we'll probably be calling an emergency executive board meeting to discuss the issue and how we can best help the situation to bring peace and calm to the area.
So you'll be investigating this in NAACP. What would we be looking for? She denies that this is why she's resigning.
Well, the mere fact that she raised the allegations, okay, and I think the residents of that community need to know what is going on. And in fact, for example, the slashing of the tires, the alleged spitting on her, the incident of the Nazi sticker, which clearly they have a video of that. But I think the residents need to know. And then we want to talk to some of the commissioners to get their side of the story and see what healing process we can put in place.
Can I interject before we can get to the healing process? I just want to give our viewers some context here. We're talking the county seat of government. We're talking a half a mile wide. We're talking only 675 residents.
Yes.
We're talking only 3 commissioners who are on the board.
Correct.
Mayor Tonga being one.
Yes.
One first African-American elected.
Absolutely.
And the treasurer. So we're talking a very small section of Prince George's County here, which I understand has somewhat of a racist history, so to speak.
It does.
But now we're talking, you know, Prince George's County, one of the wealthiest, affluent black communities in the country. So why this little, what's going on in this little small town? And small may even be too big of a word for this seat of government.
That is what we need to get down to. Today is just Wednesday, and the best example that I can give, when we was calling to Laurel probably about 4 years ago, and I think you remember that, of the beating of the young man. The mayor Mayor Moe, Craig Moe, the police chief, and the council got involved, and we eliminate that problem. We want to use that same process here.
Okay, so you know what, I'm going to stop you there because I'm sure we're going to hear more about the process when we get back to this. So Bob Ross, County NAACP, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Bob.
Okay.
All righty.
And a massive medical data breach in Maryland leaves more than 20 million patients at risk. The Attorney General is warning people after a third-party collection agency that provides services to health organizations revealed a cyber attack may have compromised patient information. Officials say data such as contact information, addresses, and bank account information may have been stolen. The Attorney General is urging anyone who may have been a victim to contact this office at 410-576-6491.
And Metro funding on the agenda of the Washington Council of Governments. Washington, D.C., U.S. Senators Ben Cardin and Chris Van Hollen addressing board members over the pressing need to reauthorize federal funding for the Metro system. Lawmakers are looking at a 10-year plan which would provide the transit system with $150 million over the 10-year period.
First of all, the dollars are important, but the predictability of having a federal revenue flow coming into WMATA is absolutely essential. We know we have the local governments, and the federal government must come up with its share. So passing a 10-year commitment is critically important for WMATA to have a budget it can count on from the federal government.
And that's $150 million per year. The board also hearing from the Federal Transit Administration regarding the Metro Rail Safety Commission.
A memorial service was held today for a Montgomery County police officer shot in the line of duty. Officer Kyle Olinger was left paralyzed below the chest when he was shot during a traffic stop in Silver Spring in 2003. He recently succumbed to his injuries in April. Governor Larry Hogan ordered the American and state flags to fly at half-staff to honor Olinger. He was